Greetings of the day. I hope you are doing good and welcome to Exam Candy. Please subscribe our channel for more interesting videos. And in this class, we will be continuing with our series of UPSC preparation. And in this video, we will be discussing that how we need to select our option and what are the things we need to keep in our mind. Right. So, first thing you need to keep in your mind while selecting your optional is that there are two papers. In optional, there are two papers, each carrying 250 marks. So, in total, 500 marks. And optional paper, as it is said by most of the toppers, that it will determine your rank in the list. Right, so you need to be careful while selecting your optional paper. Now, first thing is that you need to take care of is your interest. Right, you need not to follow the trend which has been going for many years. Select the subject which is of interest to you, right, which you feel like that it's interesting and I can read it for long hours. Right, so because you have to give two papers, it's not like giving GS paper and you have to study only general part. No, optional is a more detailed specific study. So you need to keep in mind your interest. For example, if I am interested in political science and if I go for mathematics, then this will not serve my purpose. All I will do is that I will exhaust my mental energy in doing the subject which is not of interest, right? So, a first thing you need to keep in mind while selecting your option is your interest. Then second thing which you need to keep in mind, the sources of that option, right? These are only the additional points, sources and scores. First thing is interest primarily, which I will say. Now, sources, you need to take care in mind that there are plenty of sources available in the market for the subject you are choosing for your option, right? Suppose if I'm choosing political science, then I need to make sure that there are sources which are available in the market for my subject. Like there are notes available, there are books available, there are numbers of videos which are there on YouTube, and so many other things. Then last, but I think this is the least concerned thing, is the score, right? If now these things come only from your interest. Now, if you have studied one subject with your interest, with concentration, with focus, it will automatically bring marks to you. Right now, so scores is the least thing, as the last thing you need to pay attention to. In fact, not to pay attention to, I would say. But these are the things you need to keep in mind while selecting your option for UPSC preparation. I would say that do not make that mistake that you need to go by the trend, like many toppers have selected anthropology, geography, or economics, then I will also select one of these subjects. No. Please go by your instinct. If you have, like, I can suggest you one way, that you go for the general studies papers first. Then you can think that out of these general studies paper, which is interesting to you. If you're new to this field of arts and humanities, if you're a science student, this is for them, right? So what you can do is that if you are going for an optional which is from arts, so what you can do is that first you go through your general studies papers, like a rough study. Now think that which is the subject which is of interest to you. It's history, it's economics, it's political science, it's geography. So you go for these things, and then afterwards you select an optional uh, after doing your research, right? That this is of interest to me. Like for example, me, I have studied different subjects of GS papers, and then I find that political science suits me, right? it's the subject which creates interest in me and which motivates me to further do my studies. So I will go for political science because there are two benefits for this, because it will help me in my GS papers as well, and it will help me in my optional as well. But one thing you need to keep in mind, that if you are selecting that subject which will support your GS as well as optional, you need to keep in mind that the answer writing for both of them goes this way, right? Divergent ways, right? Your general study paper answer cannot substitute the answer which is an optional paper, right? Because optional is more about specifics, right? Subject specifics. Because if you are studying two papers in one under one head, then you are not supposedly to give your generalized views. You need to have your specific opinion based views. You need to use those key terms in your paper, because the examiners will be subject specific as well, right? So you need to keep in mind these things, that while choosing your option and also while writing your answers for your optional paper, that it should differ from your general studies paper. Now in this video, this is for now. Keep waiting for my next video, which is on something interesting which might be of help to you in this journey of UPSC. And all the best. Do not get distracted. Always focus on your studies, and do take rest, and do a lot of, not a lot of, but do some exercises to keep your physical and mental health healthy, right? Okay, then that's all for now. Thank you so much. Bye.